Hello YouTube. Today I wanted to talk about the way that I personally approach the blues. It's something I get a lot of messages about on YouTube and Facebook, asking what I'm doing, how I'm playing it. So I thought I'd make a couple of videos just to kind of give an understanding of what I do. I've got to stress that I'm not a guitar teacher and I'm a self-taught guitar player. So everything that I'm telling you in this video is just my personal opinion and what I found works for me. This first video is really aimed at complete beginners, people with just some basic chords under their belt, and that's about it. So if you're a bit more progressed, I'd suggest that you wait for the next video. As we progress through the videos, I'll go through this and eventually get up to soloing styles, techniques, and how I incorporate them mainly in my acoustic playing, because I am an acoustic player. But today I'm using obviously an electric guitar. So what I'll start with is just some basic progressions and patterns that you generally use and how to find them. Finding the notes on the guitar when you're learning it's challenging. I didn't know what I was playing for about 3 or 4 years when I first started playing, so it is quite challenging finding the notes and the names of the notes. So I'm just going to show you a technique to go to any jam night, any night of the week, and if someone says play an A, all you need to know is where your A note is, and then you'll be able to play along. Well, what I'll first start with is just a general boogie woogie type thing. You would have all heard it. It's everyone knows that. You play a lot of songs with that. So for what we're going to do, we're going to start in A. Now A is the fifth note, the fifth fret on the top string is an A, and A is also your open fifth string. This one here is an A, that's an A. Right. So hopefully you know what a power chord is. If you don't, what we'll do, first finger on the fifth fret of your top string there, your E string, your A. We'll take this finger here, this third finger, and we're going to pop it on the 7th fret. Now if you notice, 2 frets apart, well one fret in between, on each string there. That gives us that power chord. Now all we do, take our little one here, little finger, that's going to go another, see there's another fret in between there, so you're going. Pretty simple. Now to progress from there, you're going to want to know what the next notes are, and if you listen to blues songs you'll pick up the progression, so I'm not going to go into how many bars you play that for and that. You just, I think most people will be able to work that out. Now when I didn't know what I was playing, this is what I used to find where to play on the fretboard. So I call it the L shape, and what it is you've got your first note, so we're playing an A at the moment, you've got a A 5th fret, your next chord is going to be directly under that. So that note there, which is the 5th fret of the next string down, right? And your final chord, because there's only 3 chords in the blues, is going to be 2 frets up from that, which is the 7th fret. So if you can see that, it's an L shape. You've got 5th fret top string, 5th fret A string, or 5th string, 7th fret. Now you can use that all up. That's in A, so I can do, pop it down a string, play the same thing, same thing, all you're doing is moving them in that L shape. Now, that's in A. If I want to play in G, which G is 2 frets down, same thing. See that string? Frets up. So hopefully that makes sense to you. It's when you're looking at the guitar neck, you want to try and find patterns. You want to find things that are similar. They look similar. And that's an example of one. So as we get higher up, you obviously, when you're playing way up here, so someone says playing the key of D. Now D is your 10th fret. It's a bit high. You don't want to be up here doing. It's a bit high, you see. Especially when you get into acoustic music and things like that, it's not where you want to be playing. So what we do is we find another L shape, which is the reverse. So our D note is the 5th fret of the A string, and instead of doing our L shape this like that way, we're going to do it the other way. So it's 5th fret on the A string. We use this 5th fret on the E string and this 3rd fret. So you see that L shape there just goes the other way. So we're going. See how that works? It's all a pattern. So if I want to play in C, which is 2 notes under, same thing. Get into strange keys, and if it's on the fly, you don't have time to think about what the notes are actually going to be. So a good way to get around it is using these patterns. So you know, if somebody said to me playing B flat, which is a pretty strange key, it's a trumpet key, I think. I don't use it with horns a lot, but anyway, well, you know, I go up to B flat and I go, oh, where am I next? Just remember the pattern. It's B flat, whatever that note is there, whatever that is, works. Back into B flat. So it's all the same. Sense to you, makes sense to me, but if you just start looking for these kind of patterns that are created on the guitar, it'll really help you progress. It'll help with your improvisational skills as well. You know, you'll be able to get up at jam nights, feel confident, because for me as a teenager, a little bit younger, jamming was the way. It's the best way to learn. You see what people are doing, you get ideas from people, and you go home and you try them out. And I learned a hell of a lot from doing that sort of thing, and I highly recommend doing it. If you've got one in your area, do it. Show up. Nobody cares if you're good or you're bad or anything. It's all about having fun, so I highly recommend doing it. Alright, so once you've got all that under your belt, I'd recommend stopping this video, getting all that together, and then coming back to the video, because we're going to move on to another variation to that, which which is easy. Okay, so now you've got all that under your belt, we'll move on to this other variation of that boogie woogie rhythm thing I showed you before. So all it is it's easy, it's exactly what we were doing before, the old. But all you're doing, we'll go up to A, because we were in A before. All you're doing is you're just moving your little finger. Once you get to there, just move your little finger up one more fret. So you're going like that. And it's just a little variation that you can use, so you can incorporate that into your progression. You can use both versions. So you could do something like something like that, you know. And it's just, if you get a little bit bored of what you're playing, you can just add something else in there and make it a little bit more interesting. So you've got two things to work on now. So moving on, we're going to move away from A, we're going to go into E. I'm just going to show you your first little blues lick that you're going to learn, rhythm lick, that you can use. I find it only really works in the open position, which on the guitar is an E. So an E is a popular key for playing the blues. So what you do is you just go back to your old like that, but when you do it, you're going to add in a couple of notes. It's going to sound like this, and then I'll show you what I'm doing. That's your thing, and you can actually hear this on Led Zeppelin's "Bring It On Home." It's the opening part of that song. So all I'm doing is I'm doing my normal like that, but all I'm doing is adding in 3rd fret on the top string, 4th fret, and then picking that 2nd fret on the A string there. So like that. And now what you can do to make it sound a little bit more smoother is throw in a hammer on. Now a hammer on is something you'll need to learn, necessity in guitar playing. And all it is it's really simple. We just pick that 3rd note with our picking hand, just pick it once, and then all we do is we take this 3rd finger and we slam it down on that 4th fret without picking, like that. Well, that didn't sound very good, but I'm only picking one note. So when we do it, we go like that. So your hammer-ons. And the reverse of that's a pull-off, where you'd play the 4th and then one note and pull off. Hammer-ons and pull-offs, very important, but we'll get to them later. So, you know, and you're still using your same technique as what you were doing up here, but because it's in the open position, you're playing in the open position, obviously. And we'll get a bit more in depth with the open position playing a bit later on. It's a big part of my playing, so as I said before, this is the way that I play the blues. So if in the future videos we'll be getting pretty in depth with open string, open position playing, because it adds a lot to your playing, especially playing solo. And you can incorporate it in your electric playing as well if you want to do. So I mean, there's plenty of stuff that you can do, plenty of variations you can put on these basic, your basic things that I'm teaching you here. I mean, such things as, once you get a bit more progressed, you can do when you change to the A. And it's just all about learning. The more you learn, the more proficient you're going to be. And, definitely find as many people on here to learn from that you can. Take in everything, just be a sponge. Learn everything you can. And another tip I've got, a lot of beginners will just get on their Guitar Pro or get their tab books or go on the internet and get tabs. And when you're learning, it's good. It helps you get through songs and stuff, but you need to develop your ear. So, when I was young and learning, I didn't have any of that stuff. I used to sit by the radio and figure out songs for myself, and that's something that you need to do. Even if it's something simple, even if you don't learn the whole song, you just want to learn part of it. Just try and figure that piece of music out. It's just gonna help you develop a lot quicker. It might seem slower as you're doing it, but you're gonna pick things up a lot quicker. You're gonna be able to listen to a song and say, "Oh, I reckon I know what he's playing," and then you'll be able to play it. Guitar Pro and guitar books and things like that all have their place, but there's nothing like learning something for yourself, working something out. And it might not even be the way that the person's playing it in the recording. It just might be the way that you play it, which is fine. I mean, whatever's easy. You don't want to make things hard for yourself. You want to make the guitar as easy as possible. So now, this next part, we're going to finish off our 12-bar blues. To finish off the 12-bar blues, you need a thing called a turnaround. Now, turnaround is a finishing thing that you can do. Now, this is where your basic chords are going to come into play, and your patterns, things like that. So, as I said at the start of the video, if you've got your basic chords down pat, this will be easy. If not, I'm going to tell you the chord shapes you need to know, and you can go away and learn them, and then come back and go through this part of the video. The first one is in E, and as I said before, E's are very popular. I play in E. Well, E's our open position, so I play a lot of open position. You'll see in my videos previously that I use capo a lot. That's to utilise open position playing. So we've got our E chord, or E7. It's an E7 chord. Now what I do with an E7 chord is I take my second finger, the fat of my second finger, which is holding that note there, and I mute this D string. There's nothing there. See? My guitar's a bit out of tune, but we'll deal with that. So all you do is you take that, you slide it up so that your second finger here is going to be on the 5th fret. That's what you're doing. So, and all you do is you just take that down. One fret at a time. Pretty easy. So if we're doing our 12 bar like this, like I showed you, so it's all basic stuff. So the next one we take, it's the same, it's in E, open position playing again, is you take a D7 chord shape, which is, I'll give you this one, It's second finger, second fret, third string. First finger, first fret, second string or B string. Third finger, second fret on your high E string. That's a D7 chord, right? So all we do for this one, this is in E as well, remember? We start this one off with our second finger. I always use my second finger as kind of gauge to what fret to go to. Second finger on the 4th fret using that D7 shape. And we just walk that down 1 fret at a time, and then we finish on our E chord. Also, once you get to that E, you can walk up, called walking. You can walk up, so we go and walk up to your B, so we go and then it's open string, first fret, B. So what we're doing there. Like that. See what I mean? It's all basic, blues is basic. You've got a few others you can do. You can do this old one. I don't use it very often just because it's pretty high up. But Robert Johnson used it a lot, and I love Robert Johnson. So, and you've got all these sort of turnaround things. So once you got to get all that under your belt. You got to, and you can do a lot with it. So you can do. So I think I've covered everything that I wanted to cover in this first video, and I hope it's been helpful. I mean, as I said, I'm not a guitar teacher, so I'm not sure if I'm explaining these things right. So please leave a comment, or if there's anything you're unsure about, feel free to send me a message and ask. I'm more than happy to help people out. And yeah, hopefully you'll keep sticking around for future lessons. Definitely let me know if this is worth me making more. If you want to learn more, let me know, and I'll continue to make the videos for sure. So and just keep practicing what I've shown you until you can play it without even thinking about it, because feeling's the most important thing. You might want to play speed metal, but at the end of the day, you need to have a bit of feeling in your playing. So this is a good place to start, and just keep up with it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, tell all your buddies, and I'll see you next time.